All right. Welcome to today's Tuesday live stream. And today's Tuesday live is going to be different. As you come into the community, or as you come into the live, excuse me, I would like you to smash the like button. Smash the like button. I would like you to share this video with someone that you know would benefit from this video. And let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. As you come in, we're going to be starting at 7:30 sharp, as we always do. 7:30 sharp. I would like to know who's in the house. If you come into the live, feel free. Let me know your name. Let me know who you are. Let's get things rolling. You can join our inner circle community. Today, we're going to be talking about ChatGPT-5. ChatGPT-5. And I'd like to know if there's anyone in the house who has started using the tool. You can let me know in the comments. You can let me know in the chat. Have you started using Chat GPT-5? As you come in, welcome to today's Tuesday Live. We're going to be kicking it off with a very good story about one of our community members. But of course, we're also going to be talking about Chat GPT-5. If you have used Chat GPT-5, I would like to know in the chat. I would like to know in the comments. What do you think? Did you notice any change? It's important for me to know. I've noticed some changes myself in ChatGPT 5, and it would be interesting to know if you have started using it. In fact, did you know that ChatGPT 5 was released? Some people didn't even know ChatGPT 5 came out. Let me know in the chats, let me know in the comments. But again, we're going to be starting at 7:30 sharp. Today's Tuesday live is going to be webinar style. I'm going to be going through a few topics, and I'm going to be showing you a brief demo and leaving you with something after. But while you come in, smash the like button, share this video, share the link to this live to somebody who you believe is going to gain some benefits from it, whether they want to up their AI skills for government contracting or even writing proposals for a completely different scenario, business event. Whatever the case, I believe that being on this live today is going to open your mind to how to use artificial intelligence tools as your leverage when it comes to writing proposals for anything, be it a business event, be it a sources sought contract, or even a combined synopsis slash solicitation. It's 7:27 by my time. I see 3 people in the house. I see 4 people in the house. I would like you to smash the like button as you come in. I'm super excited for this Tuesday live today because I'm going to be going through things that will open your mind to how to use artificial intelligence tools. Look, a lot of people know about AI, but how many people are actually using it, taking advantage of it? It's a nice dinner conversation. We can sit down and talk about how AI is going to take over the world. I can imagine that that conversation would spark the imagination. It's very easy to talk about, but how many people are actually using these artificial intelligence tools as leverage in a business context, in a personal context? You could be one of those people. Smash the like button, guys. This is going to be an exciting live. This is 7:28 by my time. I'm going to be showing you a few cool things today as it relates to using artificial intelligence tools. And ChatGPT-5 was released a few days ago. I have been using it. I would like to know if you've been using it as well. You can let me know in the comments. You can let me know in the chat. I'm looking forward to it. 7:29 by my time. I will be starting in 1 minute. Smash the like button. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. I want to keep the energy going. I want to keep the energy going. If you're ready for today's live, I know I see 4 people in the house. At least one person, just throw a one in the chat if you know if we're communicating, throw a one in the chat. I'm really full of energy this Tuesday, and I can't wait to get into the topics. 7:29 by my time. Lamont, I see you. I see you. That's my first bet. Oh, Success World. There you are. Wonderful. I see ones in the chat. I'm so glad I have some people in the house, some people who are responsive. It's 7:30 by my time, and I'm going to start immediately. Welcome to another Tuesday Live. My name is Godwin. I am the founder of the AI GovCon. My community members have won over $20 million in federal government contracts using artificial intelligence tools to evade the pain in the paperwork. And today I just want to put a magnifying glass on one of our community members, Uchenna. And the reason I want to do this is because his story is very interesting, kind of quirky as well. As you can see in front of you, we have some of his testimonials, but I want to go into a little bit more detail, at least before I bring him onto the channel for an interview. But you see, a few months ago, Uchenna, like many of the people who watch the AI Government Contractor channel, is a small business owner. And he faced one of those challenges where he sat down in front of his sources sought and thought to himself, what is this? But instead of spending days decoding the sources sought, I've seen people who would, they would download or print out the entire solicitation and paste it on their wall and highlight all the important information with a green marker. He didn't do all of that. He attended the 3-day sources sought challenge. For anybody who had attended the 3-day sources sought challenge, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Inside that challenge, he was given access to a trained Sources Sought GPT. Key emphasis on the word trained. And it wasn't a ChatGPT-5 model, but a model that was pre-trained to break down government notices, map out requirements, and guide him through compliance details. But he didn't stop there. After using that GPT, he quickly understood the requirements and he prepared his response and he submitted the sources sought on time. But he went even further. He then retrained the GPT from sources sought to combined synopsis, allowing that GPT to break down combined synopsis for him. And when he told me that part of the story, I was pretty amazed that he was able to do that, giving him a greater advantage for future opportunities. And then within 90 days, Uchenna secured 2 federal contracts and 1 state contract, all because he followed the challenge process and he used the AI tools that were provided to him. He let ChatGPT cut through the paperwork and focus on winning, managing the contract. I just want to know in the chat if you want to be able to outsource some of that heavy lifting to ChatGPT. Can you just throw a 1 in the chat? Let me know if you would want to be able to win a contract by outsourcing some of the heavy administrative work to ChatGPT. Can I get a 1 in the chat? Is there anybody who wants to do that? I see you. See you. Okay, I see a couple of ones coming into the chat. Wonderful. Now, the task for today, I'm going to be walking you through the exact 3-step system that Uchenna used. The same one that our community members are currently using right now to break down documents. Just yesterday, I was breaking down a 45-page combined synopsis with a community member of mine. And there were 3 other attachments of similar lengths. So we are going to be able to break down documents with ease, and not just breaking down these documents, but breaking them down in a language that we can easily understand. If you are coming into this as a prime contractor and perhaps you're going to partner with a subcontractor, how do you find them? Perhaps your subcontractor is not within the same state. How do you find them? I'm going to be showing you how you can use the ChatGPT search feature to map out a list of prospective subcontractors in no time. And of course, this is the most intimidating part of the entire work, writing the proposal that is fully compliant. I'm going to show you how to do that as well in today's live. Today, we're going to be talking about how ChatGPT-5 turns government paperwork into wins, from sources sought to signed contracts. And in this live, I'm going to be walking you through the exact three-part system that Uchenna used, the same one that our community members are using right now to do the following things. Number one, break down complex solicitations, whether it be in sources sought or combined synopsis, into simple English that you can easily understand and use in your conversations with subcontractors or your conversations with contracting officers. I'm also going to show you how to create a list of prospective subcontractors with Google and ChatGPT as well. And I will also show you how to draft these full proposals that are compliant in record time. And if you want to get access to the same tools that Uchenna used and other community members, then I believe that you are in the right place. Now, I want to get this out of the way. If you go into the link in the description, I have an offer for you. It's something called the AI GovCon Vault. Click on the link in the description. You can see it, but I wanted to get this out of the way. It will give you all the GPTs for negotiation, for breaking down contracts, the AI GovCon Government Contracting Without Tears ebook, as well as tutorial videos on how to deal with each of those materials. But let's get into what we are talking about today. Here's the thing. If you believe what I'm about to show you, if you truly believe that ChatGPT can take a really difficult, dense legal jargon documents like a sources sought, a combined synopsis or solicitation, and it can break it down in minutes. It can find prospective subcontractors and hand you a compliant proposal draft. Then you will never look at government contracting the same way ever again. Because this is the truth. Once you see this, your old way of responding to sources sought or solicitation documents will feel painfully slow and unnecessarily risky. What's the risk? You might be wasting your time. I tell this story a lot. I was watching a video. A lady had won a government contract. It was in the real estate niche. It was wonderful. Celebration. To win a government contract is worth the celebration. I would always say this. However, when she began to describe the process that she went through to complete that contract, it was so intimidating and daunting that I thought to myself, this is definitely not some kind of advertising for government contracting. And with that said, I'm not saying that it's easy to win a contract, but she described that she spent 5 hours trying to figure out what the contract was all about. 5 hours. And she spent an additional 3 days putting the proposal together. So she ended up winning the contract, of course, like I said, but the time makes the process unscalable, untrainable. And what we want to do from now on is that we want to follow repeatable processes, processes that are also duplicatable, where I can show someone else exactly how to do this and they can produce a result. And that is exactly what AI helps you to do. So if I can get you to believe that ChatGPT-5 trained the right way, and look, the key word here is trained the right way. Anybody can go into ChatGPT today and start throwing in a bunch of prompts. But when ChatGPT-5 is trained the right way, especially the way we trained it at the AI GovCon Vault, it will do 80% of the heavy lifting for your sources sought and your combined synopsis. Then you'll know you can win more contracts without burning out, without missing deadlines, and without hiring a full proposal team. I was talking to one of my community members who let me know that she had paid $2,000 to a proposal writing team. And the proposal, $2,000 a month was a retainer for the proposal writing team with 2 submissions a month. So essentially $1,000 for one proposal. it's unsustainable, especially given that in government contracting, you could lose a contract because your price was $100 off from your competitor or from the other bidder. So why don't we find a system and a process that is not crazy expensive, but allows us to generate compliance proposals consistently? That's exactly what we're talking about today. And the best part is that this is not theory. You're going to see how Uchenna did it. You're going to see how members of our community are doing it and how you can start doing it today. Because most of what I will show you will be actionable. You don't need to wait 3 months to get these tools. You don't need to wait 6 months to learn how to use these tools. Once you have gotten the system and you practice and you throw in the reps, you will have the ability to write compliant proposals consistently. So grab a pen, shut down all the distractions, any sort of distraction in front of you, and just lean in a little bit, because what we're going to do right now is we're going to solve three of the biggest problems that are keeping small businesses from turning sources sought notices and combined synopsis into signed contracts. And before I dive into the demo, I'm going to talk to you briefly about the three secrets to using ChatGPT-5 to win government contracts. But before I get into that, I just want to know in the chat, is there anyone here who has used ChatGPT-5 recently? If you've used ChatGPT-5, just throw a yes in the chat. If not, throw a no in the chat. I would like to know, have you used ChatGPT-5 since it came out? How many people have actually used ChatGPT-5? And if you haven't used it, you can let me know in the chat with a no in the chat, because I like to get into secret number one. And I call these secrets because a lot of people perceive these secrets to be limitations. But when you lean into the limitation, it becomes the tool. So check this out. Secret number one is that you do not have to be a government contracting expert to decode a sources sought notice. I was talking to a member of my community, and he let me know that he was told by a consultant that in order for him to turn in his sources sought submission or any kind of government submission, he needs to have a master's in government contracting. Let me just repeat that. He said for him to win a contract or for him to even apply, he's going to need to have a master's in government contracting. So secret number one is that you don't have to have a master's. You don't have to be a government contracting expert to decode a sources sought solicitation. Most people believe that all these documents that are full of legal jargon and technical language, they can't understand it. It immediately makes them feel overwhelmed. They begin to make excuses like, well, you know what, perhaps I need to have a government background in order for me to understand these types of documents. Maybe that's why I'm unable to understand it. So yeah, I'm just going to ignore the work. But the truth is that you don't need to become a contracting expert. Uchenna had never won a government contract before. And now he's sitting with 2 federal contracts and 1 state. And he didn't have to get a master's degree. What is the excuse that you are using to stop yourself from just submitting that first bid? Is it more education? Is it another course? Is it another mentor? ChatGPT-5 is, when it's trained a specific way, for sources sought, for combined synopsis, it will act like your personal government contracting interpreter. It will take a 20-page document full of jargon that you cannot understand, and it will distill it into a clear, actionable checklist in minutes. If you use it right, this is the advantage that you will have. You do not have to be an expert to begin to use ChatGPT and take advantage of its power. Secret number 2, you can find the right subcontractors anywhere in the US in minutes. You can actually you can generate a list of subcontractors anywhere in the US, and you can do it in minutes. By the way, for the people who are still in here, if you have a friend who you think will benefit from this live, send them the link immediately. Send them the link. And for the people who just came in, I have a link in the description to the AI GovCon Vault that will give you all the tools that Uchenna used to win 3 contracts in 90 days. Many people believe that finding qualified contractors is a slow manual process. They always say things like, oh, I have to search directories, cold calls, and hope that I get lucky. You know, there's another very popular response I get when I ask small businesses, how do you find subcontractors? I would usually hear something like, hey, Godwin, you know, I have this friend in college. His name is Charles. This guy is a very sharp guy. He knows multiple business owners. I'm going to use him to find the subcontractor. I'm going to take advantage of his network. Listen, I'm sure Charles is a very reliable guy. But the issue with this is that you don't have a system, you don't have a process that allows you to consistently generate a list of prospective subcontractors that you can proactively engage. And this is going to be a problem for you down the line when Charles does not have the ability to give you those leads. So I want you to think about it this way. With ChatGPT-5 trained for subcontractor searches, you can instantly generate a vetted list of potential subcontractors in any state for any industry. Now, I'm going to let you know this as well. Some particular contracts may be in secluded locations. Some contracts may not have a lot of some contracts may not have a lot of companies that can fulfill the work. Okay, so these things happen, but these tools help you to minimize the amount of times that you have to give up. So ChatGPT will help you pull out the phone numbers, the URLs, as well as the contact details for these companies. And secret number 3 is that you can produce a compliant proposal draft in hours and not weeks. I did make mention of the person who won a real estate contract after spending 3 days writing the proposal and a couple of hours just trying to understand what was going on. But meanwhile, today, in fact, let me not say just today, but over the past year, I have sat down with more than 100 business owners where within 2 hours, we have broken down the solicitation, we have created a list of prospective subcontractors, and we have also written a compliant proposal. It doesn't have to take 3 weeks. And if you have that level of speed, that means that you can submit more contracts than your fellow man. Secret number 3 is that you can produce a compliant proposal draft in hours and not weeks. Most people believe that writing a proposal is the hardest part. And they believe that if they do not have a full-time team, then they will not be able to put that proposal together. They believe that without a team of people with 10 years of experience, it will be impossible for them to put a proposal together that is presentable. And this is all a lie. With ChatGPT-5 and our proposal builder, you can go from a blank page to a fully formatted, compliant draft in a single afternoon because the AI is trained to mirror federal proposal structures, section by section. So, guys, it's really important that you use the right tool the right way. One of the things that I know is very popular right now is prompt engineering. Prompt engineering. You need to learn how to build out these insane prompts, these crazy prompts. But right now, ChatGPT has an audio feature. So you don't even need to be a prompt engineer. You just need to use your words to describe the task. I'm going to be showing you a bit of that today. Use your words to describe the task. I'm always going to be bringing you the cutting edge side of the tool. Over the past few weeks, I've been speaking to ChatGPT more than I have been prompting, and it's saving my time. So let's do this. We're going to go into a demo. And the first thing I do when I'm starting my process is I start to search for the contract. And I use this tool called SAM Search. Look, first of all, I'm going to let you know that SAM Search is not a need to have. It's not like if you don't have SAM search, it's going to be impossible to win a government contract. But I will tell you that this tool makes it all the more easy for you to organize yourself and makes it all the more easy for you to find the right contract. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Oh, I see King V. I'm a prompt guy, especially if you give us the prompt. Okay, King, I like that because sometimes, and let me know if I'm wrong, but sometimes what you want is a structured system that would help you with the prompt, the exact result. That helps. But what if you have a trained GPT? A trained GPT that would help you, okay, to break down the contract in a structured way. I'm going to show you something, King, and maybe it might move you towards these trained GPTs. Because here's my belief: if the task is repeatable, then I do not want to have to go copying and pasting the same prompt. I want something that already knows how to handle those repeatable tasks. And we already have it. But right now, I'm going to show you how to find your contract on SAM Search. With SAM Search, it has an AI powered search tool. The greatest thing about it is that it has the ability to find your industry keyword in the body and also in the title of the contract. And this means that if you click on this magnifying glass and you type in your industry, it is likely that the search result that you get is going to be aligned with the industry that you have thrown into the search bar. What do I mean? Porta potty. So with porta potties, we have porta potty John's hand wash dumpsters in Alaska. Another great thing I really like about the interface of SAM Search is simple. It's a very simple interface. I know that this was posted 13 days ago. I know that it's past due just at a glance. I know that this is for the Department of Defense. I know what they're looking for just by reading this smart summary. So this is one of the things that I really like personally, that I can get all the information at a glance from this tool. Now, another thing is I'm seeing a lot of past due. So you know what? I don't want to see anything that's past due. So I want everything that's within the next 30 days. And then I'm going to open up this contract here. It says rental of 10 portable toilets. Great. Rental of 10 portable toilets. Once you open the contract, a few things immediately focus or immediately look at you. The first thing is a smart summary. It says that the Department of Defense, specifically the Department of Navy, is seeking a contractor to provide 10 portable toilets with specific dimensions for NNSY personnel. So this opportunity is categorized under NAICS code 562991. So one of the things that you always want is to have information right at a glance when you're looking at it. You get that information. Now, you also want to know how many attachments are attached to this contract. Very easy. I see two of them. A lot of these features would help you if you click on summarize. The summarize would summarize this document without you even having to download it. And this attachment, this is just a wonderful tool. Also, subcontractors. It would help you get some subcontractors, similar opportunities, all within one platform. So this is just me talking about the tool. But here we found the two attachments. So I'm going to download attachment 1 and attachment 2. And then I'm going to go into ChatGPT. Again, if you're paying attention, you can decide that number one, you can go into an open chat like I am right now. With an open chat, you can go in and use prompts, or or you can use the AI GovCon proposal builder that has already been trained on how to break things down. And I promise you, this process is so simple. All you have to do is get the attachments and throw them into the GPT like this. And if you have been watching the channel, you would see that at this point, I would have gone into a document and I would have gotten you the nicest prompts, very well curated. But at this point, I don't have to do that. With this GPT, all I have to say is break this down. And once I say break this down, guess what happens? It starts to give me three things that I really need. The first thing is going to be the solicitation summary. It's going to give me all the information about the government agency, the type of solicitation, the industry. After the solicitation summary, the next thing that's going to give me is the statement of work summary. What is the job about? It's going to give it to me in simple language so I can speak with credibility when I'm speaking to my potential subcontractor. And the third thing is going to give me is the submission instruction. And I love this particular part because it tells you the exact documents that they need for the submission with a prompt that was as short as this. So without being a prompt engineer, I was able to say, break this down. And I have all this information. But here's the keyword: solicitation summary. Keyword SOW summary. These are summaries. If you want the full thing, then you can ask for more details. But another thing about the AI GovCon proposal builder is that it will always follow up. It says, if you want, I can now take these details and create a table of contents for your proposal following government contracting without tiers. So government contracting without tiers is my ebook, and that is the information base of this particular GPT. Can I just get a one in the chat if you're still following me? I feel like I've been talking a lot. Can I get a one in the chat for anybody who is still following up until this point? What we have done is that we used SAM search to find a contract. After using SAM search to find that contract, we downloaded the attachments. After downloading the attachments, we have uploaded them into the AI GovCon proposal builder. The AI GovCon proposal builder is now breaking it down. And listen, when it comes to breaking it down, you really want to be able to do this fast. I'm going to lay more emphasis on the word fast because you want to make a bid or no bid decision. I was working with somebody who spent 2 weeks on a contract. 2 weeks getting documentation, talking to subcontractors, just for us to find out that, oh, you need a bond. And this person was unable to get a bond after 2 weeks. It was very disappointing. It was disappointing because, the hopes were very high. So I wanted to find out, what was the process? Like, how did you break down this contract and not find that very pertinent piece of information? And it just turns out, it was one of those, I'm searching through the contract, I'm reading all the documents, I'm reading all the references, and not focusing on the important things. So when we threw the contract into ChatGPT, within the first prompt result, we saw that bonding was required for this project. 2 weeks gone, never going to be gotten back. You need to make bid or no bid decisions quickly. And that's why we have advanced from prompts into using something like this. But look at this, there's a follow-up. It says it's time for us to go into the table of contents. The truth is, you do not need to start going into your table of contents right now. You can override the follow-up. Let's say that, I'm not really too clear on what the submission instruction really is. I would like a more detailed. So I would like a more detailed submission instruction. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's no more ChatGPT 4. There's no more ChatGPT 4.0. Now it starts from ChatGPT 5. Even if you have a free account, it's ChatGPT 5. There's ChatGPT Thinking and there's ChatGPT Pro. ChatGPT Pro is actually $200 a month. That's you don't need that. But with ChatGPT Thinking, ChatGPT 5, what one thing you're going to notice is that there's going to be it's going to be more straight to the point, clear. The writing is going to have less robotic jargon. But you see, all these problems, we've already solved it by training this GPT to speak in a certain way. So most of the updates that came to ChatGPT 5, we solved those problems when we were still on ChatGPT 4 by training our AI to speak in a certain way, to behave in a certain way. Now what we have in front of us is a more detailed submission instruction. It starts with the delivery method. We need to know that these are email submissions. We need to know who we're going to submit to. And we also need to see that, look, they don't want any paper copies. Proposal content requirements. This is very important for most people. Your submission must include all following in order: technical capability statement, and it goes into detail of what that technical capability statement needs to look like. Let me tell you something. The most popular question I get from most people is, Godwin, what are the documents I need to submit? What are the documents I need to submit? I can tell you now with confidence that if you have the AI GovCon proposal builder and you throw in all the attachments, you will know exactly what documents you need to submit. Can I get a one in the chat if you can see some clarity here, if you're still following? And you can give me a two in the chat if you're a bit confused, like why should we go into this? I want to know who is with me right now. We have 13 people in the house. At the same time, I want you to smash the like button. Send the link of this video to somebody who you think will find value in it. Send the link, share the link, smash the like button. I'm seeing ones just coming through to the chat. Hey, Timmy, I haven't seen you for a while. Hey, thank you for attending this live. Welcome, welcome. I'm seeing Lamont. Yes, yes, yes. Now let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. Price submission is another thing that you're looking for. It says base period, option 1, option 2. Now there's another thing I like to do. Let me start by sharing my entire screen. Let me start by sharing my entire screen. So one thing about I know I'm always using ChatGPT, but I just have to let you know that it's important that you open the documents. Okay, we have these documents here. There are some things that you're going to notice when you open these documents. Perhaps they give you a pricing sheet. So if they give you a pricing sheet, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use their pricing sheet. If they didn't give you a pricing sheet, then you're going to want to create your own pricing sheet. But again, because you're using ChatGPT, is not a reason for you not to open the documents. You must open the documents. Just wanted to throw that out there, but it goes without saying sometimes. Look at this: price submission, acknowledgement of amendments. People always ask about this. If there's an SF30 form, then you fill out the SF30 form. If there's no SF30 form, it's as easy as uploading the amendments into ChatGPT and asking it to acknowledge that amendment. So you have a written acknowledgement of the amendment. So again, you're able to see more details. Check this out. This is the evaluation criteria. This is going to be evaluated by the lowest price technically acceptable. So your proposal must meet all technical requirements. Your proposal must be complete and compliant, including your pricing. It must be clear, it must be organized and complete. Okay, these are standard things. But again, it comes with you with a follow-up. If you would like, I can turn this now into a ready-use bidder compliance checklist. I don't want that. I would like to write a proposal. Or, excuse me, I'm jumping the gun here. First things first, I would like to find companies within a 30-mile radius of the site. You want to find companies within a 30-mile radius of the site. Just in case you didn't know, ChatGPT has the ability to search the web. And upon searching the web, ChatGPT is going to begin to outline the companies. And by the way, this is a new thing with GPT-5. You have a higher level of interaction. You can throw in a bunch of pictures, videos, and I'm also going to show you how to talk to GPT-5. Oh, you can't see. Wow. Can we see now? Yes, we can. Okay, okay, okay. We had a little bit of a blackout there. I'm sorry. I'm sure my voice still came in. But what I was showing you here is that, first of all, the evaluation criteria has now been given to us in more details. It has been given to us in more details. You can see the evaluation criteria here. Lowest price technically acceptable. You need to meet all the technical requirements and provide complete and compliant pricing. Okay. But what I was showing you here is that I have asked ChatGPT to find companies within a 30-mile radius of the location. Okay. So it says here are some portable restroom rental providers within approximately 30 kilometers of Willowdale, Ontario North. Oh, that's definitely that's not the location. So it's picked up my location and used that. But let's do this. I need the location for this contract to be considered in the search. So let me just recap quickly. If you'd like, I can run a targeted search. Yes, I would like that. So it's going to run this targeted search. And essentially what the targeted search will produce will be companies with their link. I want you to take advantage of ChatGPT's search feature. It's very important that you take advantage of ChatGPT's search feature, simply because you can actually do something like this. I would like the information to be in tabular form. So check this out. I would like this info to be in tabular form. Give me the URL, number, and email. You have so many options on how you can present that information. So check this out. Now you have what, 4 companies that you can begin your search. But what if you needed more? I need 8 more companies. Okay, so what type of companies? Perhaps you don't want the bigger businesses. You want the smaller businesses. You can add that in as your prompt, but have the flexibility to change your parameters, to change your language, or you can begin to actually speak to ChatGPT, which is something I'm going to do right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell ChatGPT I would like to start writing the executive summary. The name of my company is ABC Ltd, and I'm going to be partnering with Freedom Flush. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to dictate. Hi, listen, I would like you to start my executive summary. The name of my company is ABC Ltd, and I'm going to be partnering with Freedom Flush. I'd like you to go into the website, pick out some information about them. I don't really want you to name them in the proposal. I just want you to refer to them as our local partner and local team. Start off with the executive summary. I play the voice, it transcribes, I send. So check this out. It says ABC Ltd is pleased to submit this proposal in support of the procurement of portable restroom rentals and services at the Norfolk Naval Shipyard. With over X years of experience delivering compliant, reliable sanitation solutions to the government and industrial clients, ABC Ltd brings expertise in logistical coordination, regulatory compliance, and quality assurance in collaboration with our local partner, a service disabled veteran owned small business based in Norfolk, VA. ABC Ltd is uniquely positioned to provide exceptional services throughout the Hampton Roads and South Side. You get the point. You see, we are able to talk to ChatGPT in so many different ways. And I really want you to experiment. I really want you to have a day where you just say, no holds bar. I'm going to do everything that I can possibly do to advance my skill in ChatGPT. But with that being said, let me just, if I still have a couple of people with me, I see some yeses in chat. We haven't been able to see anything you showed us. You gotta go back some. How far back? I hope you were able to see the voice where I was actually speaking. Were you able to see the voice? Okay, you think you're good now? Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to share again, and we're going to head back into ChatGPT. Let's look into ChatGPT. I really want to hammer on this dictate feature because I believe that when people are trying to prompt ChatGPT, you kind of go to a different part of your brain where you think that you have to address it in a certain way. But when it comes down to speaking, then you find that you use your normal tone and you're able to say certain things that you may have left out of the prompts. So use this dictate feature. It's really useful, I'll tell you that. Very, very useful. But with that being said, okay, so I'm going to use the dictate feature now. And what I want to do is I want to describe a problem that I am having. Okay. And I want to see how it handles the problem. Hey, so I just spoke to my subcontractor and they sent me a quote for about $110,000 for this entire contract. So I would like you to research the industry standard price and let me know if $110,000 is a good price for a contract like this. So I dictate and I send. Now, another thing that people are really not focusing on is the fact that ChatGPT can help you research prices. So, typical monthly rental prices, it says, here's what I found based on the current industry data regarding portable restroom rentals and whether 110 is a good quote. So, I want to go straight to the verdict, but let's look at, okay, so it says typical monthly rental rates, basic construction grade units run between $100 to $400 per month. Standard long-term rentals, 100 to 500 per month. Cheap or Cheesecake VA local pricing, 117 to 350 per 7 days. So it breaks down a lot of the results and the data of its finding, and then estimating on total. And then it comes back to give us a verdict. If your quote includes only basic standards, then 110 is likely high. If the quote includes ADA features like flushing, hand washing systems, frequently serviced locations, then 110 is within a realistic range given the situation. Okay, so I'm going to ask, what can we do next? And then it actually gives us a few recommendations, clarify the breakdown, compare to local bids, and build a comparison table. Now, what I'm going to say is create a pricing sheet based on, I'm going to dictate this to ChatGPT, create a pricing sheet based on tier two pricing and show me exactly what that's going to look like for this particular contract using all the templates given by the government alone. So as you can see, this dictation is very nice, very accurate, pretty easy. And I want you to enjoy this. I want you to start by having fun with it before we go very serious. So check this out. It starts by giving us the pricing sheet that was given in the documents and assumption for tier two pricing, how this aligns with the solicitation. And if you would like, I can populate this sheet. So typically, before it does the task, it's going to give you the plan. It's going to tell you how it's going to go about it. And then it's going to seek permission to complete that task. And now it's analyzing again. Okay, so what just happened right now is that it has added the pricing into a table, and this table is going to be on Excel. So, but one of the issues that I have is that when the table comes up like this, you can't really see all the information. So I would usually ask it to keep the pricing, or I want to see the information in front of me. And I'm going to dictate that, hey, I see that you have put the information into an Excel sheet. I would like you to put the information in a text right in front of me so I can make edits, and be sure to make sure that it's exactly the model from the government website or the government solicitation attached. And there you go. And now we have those prices, not in an Excel sheet, but right here in front of us at $110,000 for the entire contract. So it says, if you want, I can also drop this into the SF1449 pricing schedule layout. And SF1449 is a different beast that we want to handle. But at this point in time, I want to give you an opportunity to take advantage of the AI GovCon Vault. Okay. What I have prepared for you, I'm going to show it to you right now. The AI GovCon Vault is the only toolkit where you have the ability to get all these GPTs that I have talked about, whether it's the negotiation GPT, whether it's the AI GovCon proposal GPT, and it also comes with the ebook, Government Contracting Without Tears. So I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like right now. I'm going to share this link with you for anybody who wants this. Okay. This is the AI GovCon Vault. And what you're going to get here is the AI GovCon Proposal Builder. You're also going to get the AI GovCon Negotiator GPT. And you will also get step-by-step training Loom videos on how to use all these tools. These are not just prompts, these are tools that would leave you with a result at the end. So I'm going to drop that link in the chat. The link is also below the description of this video. Take advantage of this. It's the same systems that the members of our inner circle, the members of our community have been using. And these GPTs are now available to you. But in the meantime, if there are any questions in the chat or anything you want me to run through, let me know. Throw it in the chat. I'm really looking forward to answering some questions. And also, like I do every Tuesday, let me not say I do this every Tuesday, but for the members, for the people who want to join the inner circle is also going to equip you with all of these tools. But the difference in the inner circle is that you have the community members as well. We have Wednesday calls every Wednesday. Yes, I'm still doing the inner circle. So for members, for anyone who's joined the inner circle today, this is actually a reversal. It's going to be $125 a month. And that is only going to stand until midnight today. So just to let you know, that's only going to stand till midnight today, only for the people who joined this live. So this is only for the people who joined this live. I have made the inner circle $149 a month, and I'm going to throw that into the chat. But if you got any value out of this live, can you just throw a one in the chat? If you saw something in this live that you probably haven't seen before, or a new way of breaking down government solicitations, just throw a one in the chat. Let me see who is on this live and who has been following with me from the beginning. Throw a one in the chat. Let me see. All right, all right. I see a couple of ones coming through, ones coming through, ones in the chat. Feel free to join the inner circle. Feel free to get the AI GovCon Vault. I see a couple of ones in the chat. These ones are coming through. Lamont, Michelle. No, that's not 249 a month. That is a one-time payment. One-time payment, you have all those GPTs. The great part is that as I continue to update the GPTs, guess what? You're going to get those updates, but you also get the same tools within the inner circle, but this is for the people who do not want to be part of the inner circle. The inner circle, we meet every Wednesday. And if you come on our Wednesday calls, you can literally come in with your proposal and we will trash that proposal out on the call. So that's with the community setting. But some people like to do things on their own. So I have provided all those tools for you, the AI GovCon Vault. And I just want to hear about the great results that you're getting using these tools. But I've also thrown in the inner circle link. The inner circle link is also ready for you. I'm going to be on the call for an additional 5 minutes, an additional 5 minutes. For anybody who has any questions regarding AI proposal writing for government contracts, I'm going to be on the call for an additional 5 minutes. Send your questions into the chat. I can trash out some questions right now. But please feel free to buy the AI GovCon Vault. The AI GovCon Vault. The value that you get is nothing compared to the price. I know how much people need this, as well as joining the inner circle if you want to be part of a community. It's up to you. But just this channel alone, you can learn so many things about how to write proposals. I'm going to be on the call for an additional 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So throw your questions into the chat. If not, I'll say good night. Is the vault different from the archives? The vault different from the archives. When you say archives, what do you mean? The vault gives you the vault gives you all the tools. The vault gives you one, government contracting without tears, and a video of how to put together a proposal. Then it gives you the AI GovCon Proposal Builder GPT, the GPT I just used to break down the solicitation, and a tutorial video on how to use that GPT. It also gives you the negotiation GPT. It gives you the negotiation GPT. The GPT, okay, the GPT comes with a Loom instruction. Oh, Michelle, I just realized I must have said that it's 125. So I just changed it back to 125. It's 125 right now. $125 per month for anybody who is on this call right now. It's 125. So Michelle, thank you for that correction. I saw that. Okay, so I'm only going to leave the price at 125 till midnight tonight. After that, we're going back to $200 a month. We're going back to $200 a month. I'm going to be on the call for an additional 2 minutes. So, any more questions about the offer? Do I still need to purchase? Oh, Ernie, absolutely not. I know that you're in the inner circle already. You do not need to purchase the vault because you have all that information in the inner circle. You're perfectly fine. You're perfectly fine. Oh, this guy. All right. All right, guys. It's been 1 hour. It's been 1 hour. It's been a fantastic live. I can't wait to meet you again on Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I would like you to come with the contract that you would like me to break down. I want somebody to throw in a SAM.gov solicitation that they would like me to break down, and I will break it down and send you the chat. It will be fantastic. But with that being said, I'm going to end this, and thank you for attending. Thank you for your time. See you next week, Tuesday.